Hello and welcome to our In Confidence series, where we tackle the challenges facing different UK industries. Today we're talking about communication, the business of information exchange and the technology behind it. The pace of change is ferocious. Asia is leading the pack. Businesses here need confidence in how to react and adapt if they're to survive. Well, joining me is Rob Atkinson, Technology, Media and Telecoms Lead from EY. Hello to you. And Ulrich Loewer, Partner in Strategy and Execution from EY. So new technology is both, well, it's exciting and daunting, isn't it, for most businesses? What are you hearing about from the companies that you work with about the challenges of improving their technology position?
From an EY perspective, there's two main things that we're hearing. The first is that world-class digital infrastructure is absolutely critical. The second thing is that there is a vast array of different technology types available to enterprise customers. So it's complicated and organizations are struggling to understand that complexity.
And when we talk about digital infrastructure, we mean things like the connectivity and the compute power that enables all the services that we need and provide in this digital world. Between various stakeholders, we invested hundreds of billions across Europe in the last few years in this space. But our studies show that there's around another 500 billion euros to invest over the next decade. So a lot of work to do there.
So if we're looking at it globally, Uli, can you describe the current state of connectivity in Europe, and let's compare it to other major economic blocs like Asia and North America?
The headline is really that Europe has fallen behind versus North America, or especially Japan, South Korea. So other countries have now pressed ahead and built out what's called full fiber broadband networks. If you look across Europe, and the uptake is very low. In the UK, for instance, only 35% of people who can get full fiber broadband are actually buying it.
Rob, turning to you, do you think the same situation applies in the business context?
Yes, absolutely. Unfortunately, what we see is that the journey from pilot to production is often very difficult to make. If you take something like generative AI, 47% of our enterprise customers are investing in generative AI. The number of companies that have actually got advanced technologies embedded into their organizations is fewer than 10% in mission-critical IT and business processes. I think there's a good couple of reasons for that. So firstly, and actually borne out by the research we've done, there is a lot of uncertainty around the technology. The second is one of trust. So actually having a trust in the suppliers within the ecosystem. Increasingly, we're seeing chief executives being directly involved in trying to understand and make decisions around vendor selection. So I think as much as anything else, this is a question of keeping it easy for customers, enterprise customers, to make decisions.
We've talked about the challenges, haven't we? And there are plenty, but I would like to talk about the opportunities. How does EY help to drive success in this industry?
We work a lot with a number of stakeholders, government, businesses, IT service providers, and investors who can work with all the others to actually make things happen. Ultimately, people who come and say, I believe in this space, I know it's critical for the UK economy, so we put our own money down.
I think what we'll see is that the people that win over the next 2 to 3 years will win for a long, long time. The wholesale providers will be consolidated down to fewer alternative network builders, as well as the incumbent providers. And that will, by its very nature, lead to long-term revenue streams that will continue year after year.
And that's where we help think that through, look into the future, because infrastructure by its nature is very sticky. Once it's in the ground, you don't rip it out again. So it's in there for decades.
So these are pretty kind of long-term, secure prospects for people to invest in and build. So lots of opportunities ahead, but I think we can appreciate, myself particularly after this conversation, just how big a space it is and how important it is to have the right advice, to have the right plans in place. Thank you to both of you. It's been a real pleasure to speak to you. Thank you, Uli. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you very much.